Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here, continuing the workbook lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we are continuing on with lesson 254. And today's lesson is, let every voice but God's be still in me. And the prayer here is, Father, today I would hear but your voice, only your voice, Father. In deepest silence, I would come to you to hear your voice and to receive your word. I have no prayer but this. I come to you to ask you for the truth. And truth is but your will, which I would share with you today. And it goes on to say, today, we let no ego thoughts direct our words or actions. With such thoughts, or when such thoughts occur, we quietly step back and look at them. And then we let them go. We do not want what they would bring with them. And so we do not choose to keep them. They are silent now. And in the stillness, hallowed by his love, God speaks to us and tells us of our will, as we have chosen to remember him. Again, it is, let every voice but God's be still in me. And this is a practice. You know, the Course, again, gives us a lot of information and a lot of knowledge. But again, it is the application. It's the application. It is the practice of this Course. And that, you know, and it is, there's layers here, and it's to go at depth. And the Course is not for everyone. Just reminded again, you know, there's many paths. And the Course gives us 365 lessons to assist in our ascension process. And I'm reminded again that this second half, the part 2 of the workbook lessons, is saying that words mean little now. That's from the very beginning in the introduction. I'm reading it here. And we use them, but as guides on which we do not depend. For now we seek direct experience of truth alone. And the lessons that remain again here in this part 2 are merely introductions to the times in which we leave the world of pain and go to enter peace. So now we begin to reach the goal this Course has set and find the end, which our practicing was always geared. So as I was reflecting today, and I was reminded again, is what the Course says, that we're far too tolerant of mind wandering. You know, it's calling us here to be still. And, you know, and so this lesson in that is inviting us not to entertain this mind wandering. And you know what? It's to really, truly recognize that we do have a choice. We have the power and the ability to change our mind. So, you know, we are either in a space of being, as the Course says, a hostage to the ego, remaining in our suffering, in our stories, in our victimhood, in our judgments, or, you know, we are being host to God. and truly releasing, when we are caught up in this mind wandering, it's about going deep within. And it really, again, truly being radically honest with yourself. It's letting go of the I know mind. And it's asking here again for us to be still. And in that stillness is where we will hear the voice for God. And, these are questions we can ask ourselves. What payoff am I getting by staying a victim, staying in suffering, remaining, in fear? Another question you might want to ask yourself is, what payoff am I getting by not being open to receive love? It's all this mind wandering that is blinding us, is blocking us to the love that we already are. What payoff are we getting to stay there? And again, these are only a few questions to ask ourselves. In yesterday's lesson in 253, it said, it is impossible that anything should come to me unbidden by myself. Even in this world, it is I who rule my destiny. What happens is what I desire. And it goes on to say, what does not occur is what I do not want to happen. And this I must accept. So I'm going to say in that line, what does not occur. So if love is not occurring, if peace is not occurring, if abundance is not occurring, if happiness and joy are not occurring, it is what I do not want to happen. And I must accept that. That is being radically honest. So it is, for us to, to really look at what is occurring. Again, is what it is that I desire. So, we're voiding the love, really, or we're blocking out the love. To be right. To make others wrong, or make ourselves wrong, in judgments, etc. And that is as well, really take a look at, where do I continue to make others or situations or circumstances wrong? Where am I focusing on problems? Reacting, responding, getting caught up in the fear. So what we have available to us as we practice this course is to go deeply here. We go deeply here with the Holy Spirit. Just observe how, again, the mind gets wandering and you're in the ego. We go with the Holy Spirit. And you want to ask yourself, really ask yourself, what am I truly feeling here? Ask for some direction. And you ask, do I truly want not having this cleared up in my mind, in my whole beingness? The defend and the attack that goes on in our mind and with others. And it continues on and on. And what's the result? We have no peace. We have no love. Sure, we might get glimpses of it, but this is about to raise the bar, if you so choose. So, again, continuing in that defense, attack, right, wrong, duality, judgment, all of that, in a space of no peace and no love. There's where we are left in separation from God. Again, in the I know mind. the right, wrong, the duality. And that game of insanity, it said somewhere in the previous lesson, those childish games we keep entertaining, that goes on and on until we are, willing to release this. Release it to the Holy Spirit totally. And releasing it, it's like letting it go. It's gone in the stillness, even if it's in for the moment. It's being suggested here. We give it to the Holy Spirit. Can't say that enough. And remember that the ego is, because ego speaks loudly and drowns out. If we're entertained, drowns out the voice for God. So when we are truly willing to practice this, until we're truly willing, we're gonna remain in resistance. Remain in resistance to love, peace, joy, happiness, and abundance. So I heard again to read this again today, to bring this in as well. Again, this is all part of undoing the idea of separation. What Gary Renard, the note that I received, or the information I received from Gary Renard quite a while ago. Again, remember, Gary Renard is Renard, not Menard. Renard is the author of the book, A Disappearance of the Universe. And here's what he suggests about putting the Holy Spirit in charge. And he said this is a simple act that can be done in the morning in 10 seconds. And this is what he's suggesting that we say to the Holy Spirit. And here's the prayer. Holy Spirit, you be in charge. You direct my thoughts all day. If there's no time for me to ask you what to think, then I know you have promised that wisdom will be given to me when I need it. What I do is just a result of what I think. And I trust you to guide me. That's the prayer. This is the undoing process. This is the undoing of the idea of separation. This is what we're involved in as we do this course. And he goes on and he writes that, this may seem simple, but it's a lot more important than most of us realize. When we put the Holy Spirit in charge of our day, we are actually undoing the idea of separation. Where if we're doing things on our own, we are actually reinforcing the idea of separation without realizing it. So that is today's lesson, and I hope that my reflection I'm sharing with you on the course, on this lesson, will assist you today as you practice the course. So again, lesson 254 for today is let every voice but God's be still in me. Okay. Thank you for being here. Thank you for viewing and these lessons. I so appreciate the opportunity to share with you. And just know, I've been doing this course for a number of years. And every day, I do my best to take these practices on. And again, I just, have said, I do experience more and more peace and get a deeper understanding of this practice by actually experiencing the practices, doing the practices, being awake to when I am entertaining the ego versus being still and listening for the voice for God. Okay, so go below this video, please, and push the like button, comment, and share it all again. And keep saying it over and over again to repeat it. It helps the algorithms. It helps to build this community here on YouTube. And if you feel so moved to do so, your donations are appreciated as I continue, doing these videos and building here. You go below the video under the description, under more, And there's some references there too that you may want to take on for yourself, some books you might want to choose to read that will assist you in your practice. And what else did I want to say? Yes, it'll give you directions there in terms of donations. For those of you who have donated, I thank you from the bottom of my heart. And yes, that's what I'll say for today. And I look forward to being with you for the next lesson, which is lesson 255. Until then, from my heart to yours, I extend much love to you. Go forward in peace, joy, and love, abundance, and happiness to the best of your ability today. Bye for now.